card works. Now, because I know I had a 12-inch sheet of paper, I know that these edges are 4 inches. So I'm going with 3 3/4 for my inner piece, which we can measure that just to be sure, because you want all these to be the same. And I'm getting 3 3 3/4. So now my next piece that I'm going to want to cut, because this one just won't work. It won't work because, for one thing, it's cut that way. It won't work here because this one is the square rectangle. I mean, the rectangle, not a square. Okay, now I just kind of play around with what do I want here? Do I want the butterflies here? Do I want the tree? I think I want these butterflies. I think those will work nicely with this. And so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do the same thing I did there. So I want as much butterflies as I can get. So I'm going to go, I'm bringing my card itself here so I don't have to do any measuring. And I'm just going to take this here, draw a line, that's where I'll cut, and that will go here. And the next thing I want to do is, okay, so there's my line that I'm going to cut for that piece. And then I'm going to want to trim right to about here, and then of course I want to come in about that much. So there we have that cut. Same thing, that line is drawn, so the only thing I need to do is make sure it's in that mark and then trim it off. I know I want to go to here because I marked this already, and I'm going to square up the bottom of this, squaring the bottom here, just here, and I don't even have to do measurements because I marked where I wanted it cut. Let's check that again. Right, there it is. So there's this saying, check twice, cut once. So that's what I'm doing. I'm checking again, and now this would be how it's going to look closed. So I know I like the distance here and here. This is all visual. I'm just looking. I'm not doing any measuring. I'm just checking it by how it looks. What I'm noticing here is my mark was a little too long, too short, so I'm going to cut it right about here. Okay, again, I'm squaring it up to the bottom here where my mark is that I want it cut. So, okay. So what I'm doing is I'm bringing, there's 2 notches here, so we're keeping that exactly square. The next part of the card will be this part of the card, and so I know that this is 4 by 8.5, so I know my piece will be a rectangle, and I'm just going to play with this piece of paper that I have left and kind of see what I like with this. And what I think I'm liking is right in here. I don't think those butterflies will work because they're going down. These are going this way. So I think what I'm going to do is cut. I don't want the tree going down either. So let's see. I kind of like this area here in the middle, so I am going to cut that away from the rest of this. I don't want the, well, this could work. Okay, this is going to work for me. So I'm going to cut, not with this though. Like I say, I use a lot of different mat cut trimmers, and I have a frame cutter. I think I have 6 trimmers, and this is the one I use mainly for squaring papers this thin up. I have a larger cutter for chipboard and thicker boards because I do framing. This Fiskars is good. I have another Fiskars that I always have set up for just scoring, which is just the score blade is in it. Anyway, what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to trim these butterflies off because I don't need them. Because I know this is 4 by 8.5, I'll measure that again to make sure. 8. Okay, it's 8. 12 by 8.5, so 4 by 8. So I want this 7 3/4 by 3 3/4. So I'm going to just trim that off. I just don't need all those butterflies. And now I'm going to cut this at 3 3/4. And because my card is 8, I'm going to cut this 7 3/4. Not this piece though. Okay, I hope you understand all that ranting and raving I did. Anyway, what I was doing was cutting this so it would be just like this, and this will be the other piece. Now this is just doing the trifold card, and I'm going to add some other elements to this, so bear with me here while I glue all the rest of this together. Okay, now that is the beginning of the trifold card, and that's how it's done. Somebody was asking, and there you have it. Now I'm going to add some other elements to this. Now I did go thinner up here, and I wanted to do that, so that was intentional. But I want to have some surprises to this card, so I'm going to leave this area like this area like this. But here I'm going to add an element, and also inside, and then inside of this one. I might even do it on this side. Okay, but this is actually how the trifold card starts, and I'm going to do a part 2 on this because this video is very long, and so I'm going to do another part now.